The most important journey you can take is the one of self-discovery. To know yourself, you must spend time with yourself. The more you know you don't know. Life is only meaningful when we are striving for a goal. Be a free thinker and don't accept everything you hear as truth. It is our choice of good or evil that determines our character, not our opinion about good or evil. Our problem is not that we aim too high and miss, but that we aim too low and hit. Criticism is something we can avoid easily by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. Courage is the first virtue that makes all other virtues possible. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. A fool contributes nothing worth hearing and takes offence at everything. To appreciate the beauty of a snowflake, it is necessary to stand out in the cold. The hardest victory is over self. At the intersection where your gifts, talents, and abilities meet a human need, therein you will discover your purpose. Greatness of spirit is accompanied by simplicity and sincerity. Happiness is a quality of the soul, not a function of one's material circumstances. Humility is a flower which does not grow in everyone's garden. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, isn't just an act, but a habit. Life isn't just a series of events, but an ongoing process of self-definition. A friend of everyone is a friend of no one. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. The worst thing about slavery is that the slaves eventually get to like it. Doubt is the beginning of wisdom. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. True happiness comes from gaining insight and growing into your best possible self. We can't learn without pain. The most important relationship you can all have is the one you have with yourself. A tragedy is that moment where the hero comes face to face with his true identity. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. First, have a definite, clear, practical ideal, a goal, an objective. Second, have the necessary means to achieve your ends, wisdom, money, materials, and methods. Third, adjust all your means to that end. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. What is the essence of life? To serve others and do good. Character is revealed through action. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies. To love someone is to identify with them. Happiness involves engagement in activities that promote one's highest potentials. Knowledge of the fact differs from knowledge of the reason for the fact. The man who is truly good and wise will bear with dignity whatever fortune sends, and will always make the best of his circumstances. Fortune favours the bold. Be critical and evaluate what you believe in. You must not be afraid to be alone. Why is it that all men who are outstanding in philosophy, poetry, or the arts are melancholic? Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. Wise people have an inward sense of what is beautiful, and the highest wisdom is to trust this intuition and be guided by it. We are the sum of our actions, and therefore our habits make all the difference. He who sees things grow from the beginning will have the best view of them. Try is a noisy way of doing nothing. It is not sufficient to know what one ought to say, but one must also know how to say it. Health is a matter of choice, not a mystery of chance. It is well to be up before daybreak, for such habits contribute to health, wealth, and wisdom. It is part of probability that many improbable things will happen. To unlearn is as hard as to learn. Each human being is bred with a unique set of potentials that yearn to be fulfilled. All persons ought to endeavour to follow what is right, and not what is established. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. The only stable state is the one in which all men are equal before the law. The only way to achieve true success is to express yourself completely in service to society. Men create gods in their own image, not only with regard to their form, but with regard to their mode of life. Human beings are curious by nature. The same ideas, one must believe, recur in men's minds, not once or twice, but again and again. The self-indulgent man craves for all pleasant things, and is led by his appetite to choose these at the cost of everything else. Philosophy begins with wonder. True happiness flows from the possession of wisdom and virtue, and not from the possession of external goods. The best way to teach morality is to make it a habit with children. When you feel yourself lacking something, send your thoughts towards your intimate and search for the divinity that lives within you. It is not once nor twice, but times without number, that the same ideas make their appearance in the world. Friends are much better tried in bad fortune than in good. The beauty of the soul shines out when a man bears with composure one heavy mischance after another. 95% of everything you do is the result of habit. We become just by the practice of just actions, self-controlled by exercising self-control, and courageous by performing acts of courage. When there is no middle class, and the poor greatly exceed in number, troubles arise, and the state soon comes to an end. Anyone can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Happiness does not consist in pastimes and amusement, but in virtuous activities.